Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to your daily divine messages from Spirit. Happy Friday. We're going to tune into this weekend forecast, what kind of energies we're getting into on this first Friday of February. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Princess Leah. I am an intuitive artist and healer through the performing arts and healing arts to heal the heart of a woman and the soul of mankind through conscious love. So I do pull from the highest frequencies from Spirit to give us messages through the tools of tarot, oracles, sound, this intuitive prophetic downloads through the sound bowl healing as well. Sometimes you'll see me dancing or singing or posting songs or anything musical as well. So whatever form or fashion that I am sharing the messages from Spirit, I hope that you enjoy. If you're a returning family or friend, welcome back, beloveds. You can see the setup is a little bit different. Sorry that you kind of see a little bit of the camera stand in here. I'm trying to give you a little bit of a different view to see, or a different angle to see if we can get this set up a little bit better. We're always improving, right? But yeah, so I'm curious to see what this weekend's going to be coming into. We do, for those who celebrate and watch football here in North America and the United States, we have our Super Bowl weekend. If you are in the Midwest, in Kansas City, we have our Kansas City Chiefs who are playing. So we have to give big shout outs to KC, Chiefs Kingdom. So we'll see what kind of forecast we have for that. If you are in Philadelphia and you are celebrating for the Eagles, I do have family out there too. Obviously, my home is where my heart is. I'm here in the heart of America. But anyway, that's neither this nor there. Spirit says we are all here enjoying the love of the game. Okay? We're all still family. Okay, so that's a good message to take into this weekend for those who do get very hyped up around things like this. Just remember, we're all still family and it's all still a game. Okay, the most important thing that we need to focus on this weekend is to enjoy, be non-attached to the outcomes of the games, of the results of life. I think that's also a major message here that Spirit is trying to say here. Regardless of the game you're playing, even if you do really want your team to win or want to win, the most important thing to do is trust and just enjoy the game. Do your best, but enjoy the journey. So let's tap into our heart space. Let's see what kind of prophetic downloads might come through before we can ground and center, before we go into the Akashic Star Child Tarot, this Mind Hustle Oracle, and the 4 agreements for our next steps for this weekend, okay? So you can place your hand on your heart if you'd like. You can close your eyes, take a deep breath, and center down into your heart. This weekend you might be coming into collaborations with people. You may be coming into downloads. You may have some downloads about partnerships, professional partnerships. You may be seeing what seems like coincidental meetings and gatherings of people introducing themselves to you, people mentioning your name to be introduced. You may be coming into the right time in the right place is what I'm hearing. Spirit wants you to know that this is the soul work you've been doing. You have been cleansing and clearing. You have been aligning your frequencies with your highest timeline and allowing conscious love to align with your soul. And that is what is pulling in, attracting the right people, the right resources, and the right energies that will enable you to shine in the light that you're intended to shine in, to build and grow the businesses you're building and growing, or the projects you're doing, to create the friendships and relationships you are yearning for is what I'm hearing. That soul, deep soul connection. Just trust. Trust that it all is manifesting exactly the way it needs to. My favorite quote lately has been Abraham Hicks: you can't get it wrong because you'll never get it done. You never get it done because you're always expanding. You're an eternal being. Your soul is always expanding. That's the purpose of this human experience. When I was having a deep healing bath and I was meditating, Spirit came to me and told me that it's so funny. It kind of just like moved through Spirit. I don't know if Spirit wants me to share. So that might be a message for some. Things that come into your vortex and then just leave. It doesn't mean that there's something wrong. It doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. It doesn't mean that there's something that you're not supposed to be sharing. But it just means that it's not the right time yet. It doesn't mean it's something bad. When it comes online, notice it. When the people come into your vortex, appreciate them. And if they carry on and don't stay for long, bless and release them to be wherever they need to be. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, that was beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. So I hope that helped. Let's see if there are any additional energetic downloads that will confirm this prophetic download. You know, the cards are they're just pulling the energies. So whatever it is that I'm intuitively downloading usually connects with what the cards are saying, because I'm just channeling and tuning in to the messages from Spirit of these frequencies, and then the cards are here to help confirm. So if any of those prophetic messages resonated with you, then this may also help with any kind of clarification or confirmation. Okay, thank you, Spirit. So we have the bottom of the deck is the King of Crystals. So look at that heart space being activated. You have this grounding and center. Stability is coming. Yes, you are materializing abundance. You are materializing abundance that is connected to your heart's desires. You are materializing that divine masculine energy, that masculine energy that we all carry within us, which is that action, that motivation to bring it into fruition, right? And you are materializing it into this physical world. And you're releasing some fear because your perspective is shifting. Shift your perspective. What is it that you are shifting your perspective on this week? When you shift your perspective around your worthiness, what you value, how you can bring and materialize your desires into fruition, how you are stabilizing what your heart is activating within you. Yesterday, we had our heart chakra balancing workshop. I'm doing a 7 keys of chakra balancing this week, live on YouTube every day at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. Yesterday was our heart chakra. And I realized after an hour of our session that was beautiful, I did not do our meditation. So I later that evening was prompted by Spirit to go onto my Instagram live and offer a heart meditation, heart chakra meditation, and it was very beautiful. And I think that helped with awakening our perspective. When you allow yourself to shift your perspective, this weekend I'm hearing Spirit say, something is going to shift within you. A perspective will shift. And we've had a lot of paradigm shift, perspective shifts that are happening. The Knight of Wands here at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, something about your passion is shifting. I've been hearing a lot about the shifting of the feminine energy and the oppression around her expression, her sensual expression, and the oppression that has been deeply suppressed, that is now shifting. You know, maybe that has been something that you've been recognizing as well. And this weekend, it's going to awaken a different kind of passion within you, recognizing that your passion, your sensuality is not a bad thing. It's actually one of your strongest magical assets, is what I'm hearing, is one of your biggest spiritual healing powers. You see, this Knight of Wands has this wand, magic wand. Your passion is your power. Your passion is your magic. I'm hearing I wrote in my journal last night, fight for your magic. So someone needs to hear that too. I heard that on another podcast. Fight for your magic. What is that magic for you? I wrote #music magic because that's one of my deepest, longest passions that I've had my entire life. That I've always been afraid to allow myself to trust in, thinking that it had to be perfect. Look, we have the Two of Swords. Walk by faith. Trust in your faith. Trust that. And I don't mean a religious faith necessarily, unless that's what resonates for you, but trust in the faith in your magic. Trust in the faith in your love, in divine, in the fact that thy rod and thy staff will comfort you, that you are safe and protected on your journey. We have this big moon here in the background. We have the full moon coming up next Wednesday on February 12th. Look at this underneath. I can't make it up. You have the Empress and the Magician. Thank you, Spirit. And Strength, y'all. And the Ace of Crystals, okay? You are the Magician. Walk by faith. Trust in your faith. You are the Empress, the divine feminine. You attract the right people, the right energies, and the right resources that will enable you to manifest all that your heart's passion and desires and soul purpose. You have the strength within you. You are guided by divine. The Ace of Crystals, Ace of Wands. I'm trying not to dig too deep here, but this is just a beautiful, really beautiful, deep message here for the weekend. Spirit wants you to know divine is with you this weekend. Whatever it is that you are trying to manifest, you are completely protected. You have the strength within you. You have the strength of your angels and ancestors and spirit guides. You have the strength of divine for this opportunity that's approaching. Spirit is cleansing and clearing the way for your path of love. With love. There is an offering of love that is here, that is being cleansed. There is room being made for you. I just heard in my head a voice. I'm making room for you. Someone is making space for you. And I was about to say divine feminine. So if that is you, Spirit is making space. Someone is making space for you, whether it's in love and partnership and romance, whether it's in career, abundance and money. Venus is the planet of love and abundance and all things beautiful. So maybe it's all of it. But trust in the strength that is within you, the Queen of Crystals, the Queen of Wands underneath that. Yes, you are showing up in that. Let that divine feminine energy, Empress, be your magical guide. You are the magic. The magic is within you. What did I say? Fight for your magic. Fight for that passionate. And empresses are also very the feminine energy is the sensuality, right? It's all of the senses. Don't be ashamed of that. It is a healing power. And I've been hearing a lot, reclaiming your power, reclaiming your sexual power, reclaiming. Maybe some of you have been doing some deep sacral healing through trauma, and you are now igniting. You've reclaimed your innocence. You've reclaimed your sovereignty. You've reclaimed your energy, and now you're reclaiming your power back. Your sexual power, and not feeling ashamed for the beautiful, fertile, creative, this is your life force energy. The Empress is that fertile life. She's the fertility, the mother. So maybe some of you are becoming a mother. If be careful this weekend, because there's a lot of magic and a lot of power and manifestation that's happening this weekend. So if you are not trying to become a mother, then you just want to be really careful. But if you are, okay, you got the power within you. And if you are creating, birthing, conceiving something magnificent in your I'm hearing in your heart, in your creative brilliance, in your projects, in your business, your empire is birthing, is creating. is being conceived this weekend because you are holding the magic within you. There's actually a lot of magical power in your sacral, lots of magical power in sexual healing is what I'm hearing. I know, I don't know if I'm gonna get cut off on YouTube by saying the sex word a lot, but I'm hearing sex magic for some of y'all, using that passionate Knight of Wands energy. And that can be with another person, a partner, a trusted, spiritual, connected partner, or it could be with yourself. I mean, and if that's something that's interesting for you, like, kind of allow yourself to look into that. Don't put so much shame around it. And I'm seeing these crosses for those who are awakening to the contradiction and one-sided double standard around kind of that religious aspect of oppression over your sensuality, because that has been a major awakening for me personally, in with my eighth house governing Lilith in Aquarius, like with Pluto in Aquarius right now. Yeah, my eighth house of intimacy and my ninth house in Aquarius of faith, it has been really, there's a lot of transformation. Pluto is the planet of death and transformation by facing your fears. So really understanding, what is it that I've been taught that I cannot, that I thought that I had to show up, that I couldn't really embrace all of this delicious Empress magic that I have, sensual magic that I have, that life force energy in my sacral chakra. That is where the magic, the creative, the birth, that's where the pleasure and the benefits and the blessings are. Tap into the energy and the magic of allowing pleasure without the low frequencies of guilt. I just saw 2222. This is your alignment message. Okay? If that, now that's deep. I got into it on a, because that's something that is kind of, really in my psyche right now, which apparently just looking online and being, on online, I'm seeing a lot of other female healers and astrologers and readers who are also tapping into that energy and are expressing that truth and helping ignite that power within us. So it's not just me. I am attuned to the collective so much. Sometimes I still forget how attuned I am to the collective as such a deep empath, that I forget that the things that I think I'm personally going through, everyone is. And I know we all feel that way. Like, sometimes you don't realize that you think you're alone, but really you're not. And that's why these platforms like social media and the internet are great for that reason, to connect with people, soul tribes, people who are going through the things that you may not, realize more people are going through it, because maybe the people in your immediate circle have a different opinion. That's why your perspective is shifting this weekend, because you're coming into people and ideas. You may not actually physically see people, but you might watch a TV show or listen to a song or a podcast or something that will kind of awaken and shaken up those thoughts around, things that you have been oppressing and suppressing, around, the belief that your passion is evil, that your sensuality is wrong, that, that creative, magical, divine, delicious, fertile Empress energy is unacceptable. If that is resonant for some. But you're going to recognize that that's actually where your true power lies. That's actually where the magician lies. That's actually how you create. You cannot create without having that in that energy of the feminine, the Empress energy. You can't create. The feminine energy is the energy of conceiving, of through the energy of I was about to say through the energy of pleasure, so that's interesting. That's kind of Venus energy. But I'm hearing you cannot the feminine energy is that thought. It's the idea. It's the belief. It's the that inkling that comes through first. You can't create anything from that. So be your own cheerleader, right? The masculine energy cannot bring into fruition anything without an idea. That's why it's important to have the flow between yourself, with yourself, that balance between the masculine energy within yourself. It's not about gender. And if you are in a partnership, that dance goes back and forth. It's not just, oh, this person's a man. So, if you're in a, in a relationship that is whatever, like it doesn't matter if you're like, this man has to do this and this woman has to do this. It's not about that. It's about energy. It's about the flow. It's about the dance. That's why it's important to really know your partner and get to know their ebbs and their flows and their strengths, their powers, their weaknesses, and then interdependently you also coexist with that. You then also add your magic, your strengths. Okay, shift the perspective. We're going to be having some big major perspectives shifting this weekend around the gender roles. I'm hearing energy roles between masculine and feminine is what I'm hearing. A lot of times, I'm a fiery Aries sun, so a lot of times I can be in my masculine energy and feel like, oh, I'm doing it wrong. I'm supposed to be in my Empress receiving only, and they gotta ask me out, they gotta text me first, they gotta pay for my dinner. Like, it's so easy to get into those stereotypes and those stigmas. And I'm hearing this weekend is saying, like, shift that perspective for a little bit, right? Like tap into, like, follow your passion. If you want to text that person, text them. If you want to ask that person on a date, ask them. If you want to tell them where your heart is at, tell them. You don't need to wait for permission or for their green light to ask you first. That's how you learn. You can't get it wrong because you'll never get it done, because you're always expanding and learning. Okay, that's the receiving of the feminine energy, is that learning. Yes, you can bring in, yes, there's a difference between trying to control the outcome. That's not masculine or feminine. That's just control. That's ego. So be mindful of which part is ego as well, shifting that perspective, right? Which part of that is fear? Which part of that is, I shouldn't have to ask them because you're afraid of rejection, right? That is a perspective to shift that you can then use your magic to to manifest what it is that you do really want. Be your own cheerleader, because you know that you are a BAMF, okay? You are a BAMF. Okay, if you don't know what that means, I can't say it because we're on YouTube. But for those who do know what I'm saying, you are a BAMF. Be your own cheerleader. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to talk yourself up. Don't be afraid to look in the mirror and be like, girl, you look good. Right? Be like, bro, you are looking fly. Like, don't be afraid to be like, you are so beautiful. You are so sexy. You are so wonderful. You are so talented. Like, talk yourself up this weekend. Just practice it this weekend and see how that shifts within you. You don't need to get that, look at this, reframe those thoughts. I can't make this up. Is it as bad as all that? Okay, lesson learned. Reframe the thoughts. See what it feels like within you this weekend. I'm just hearing Spirit say, here's a challenge. I challenge you, I invite you to see what it feels like this weekend. To just like Give yourself the reassurance that you are seeking from others. Give yourself the validation and the love and the conversations that you are wanting to have with others. Even if you want to journal it, as if you're having a conversation with yourself, your inner child, perhaps. I'm hearing some of you might want to have a conversation, or with your spirit guides, or with God, or with the partner that you're wanting to have a conversation with, but you don't know where to start. Literally talk to them through the pen and paper or your phone, just to like write a voice note or a document, just to like get it out. But I'm hearing the reassurance that it is that we are seeking from others, we can give to ourselves, even if it's literally just looking in the mirror being like, you are a mother trucking awesome, amazing person, right? If you're like, I love you and you're beautiful, surrender your fears today, okay? Are they serving you? Are they true? Work through it. Work through it. Ask yourself, are these fears the false, what we say, they're fears that we're talking about. Sometimes the stigmas, sometimes the expectations, false expectations appearing real is the acronym for fear, right? Sometimes it's the ego, false egos appearing real. Shift your perspective to ask yourself, why am I holding back on this project, on this collaboration, on reaching out, on saying this thing? What am I afraid of? A lot of times it's rejection, because we're afraid that what we have to offer is not good enough. We're afraid that what we have to say won't be reciprocated. But surrender your fears and do it anyway. You are the magician. You hold the wand. You are the empress. And if you do get rejected, well, honey, rejection is God's protection. It wasn't for you anyway. If it's for you, it will say yes. It will align. It will respond. If it's not for you, it won't. And that has nothing to do with you. So let's see what our next steps for the 4 agreements are, because I just heard don't take anything personally. Look, be oh, girl. Girl. Be impeccable with your word. Replace fear with love. Listen, my dear one. Replace fear with love. Shift your perspective. Look, replace fear with love, and love and respect yourself. Period. Period. Replace fear with love, and then love and respect yourself. Come on now, somebody. You better like this if this is not speaking to your soul. Surrender your fears. It all comes together. Shift the perspective. Shift the perspective. Your perspective will shift when you replace fear with love, when you release your fears. Replace them with love, and love and respect yourself. I wish I could make it up, but I can't. But this is what Spirit is going to be guiding us, supporting us this weekend. This is the energy forecast, okay? You are the magician. Underneath that says communicate clearly, because it's all an experiment. This is all just the unfolding of our consciousness. We can't learn if we don't try. We can't learn if we don't, quote unquote, fail. But you can't fail because you're constantly learning. Right? Okay. This is beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. You can never lose. You either win or you learn. Reframe those thoughts, shift those perspectives, replace, surrender the fear and replace it with love. Really beautiful. Maybe that's, again, that goes back into looking at yourself in the mirror, writing love letters to yourself, I'm hearing even, Go out and get yourself a little Valentine's Day card for yourself. Y'all, I did that a couple times last year. I would go get a little Valentine's Day card or little cards that were cute that just said, I love you, you're amazing, I'm so glad you're in my life. And I would give it to me. I still have it because it makes me feel good. Because I need to hear that for myself. I don't need anybody else to say that for me. And when I say that to myself, that is me giving the permission for the universe to continue to attract that back to me. Right? If I can receive that love for myself, then that means I am awakening and enhancing and expanding my capacity to receive that love from another. Receive that love in another opportunity, in another form of abundance, and I'm hearing the energies are the same when it comes to love and money, right? That's the planet of Venus. It's all within Venus of love and abundance and money, because those are the same frequencies. So when we can allow ourselves to receive the love that we give ourselves, we also expand the frequency of being able to receive abundance. Material manifested abundance, money, career, enjoyment, partnership, equality, and fulfillment and satisfaction. Okay, I really hope this helps. I know I'm going kind of elaborately on that, but Spirit had to add that a little addition. Okay, so if this does help, feel free to give this video a thumbs up. Definitely, if you would like to be a part of my Vibe Tribe, you can subscribe to my channel, Princess Leah 888, where we're healing the heart of a woman and the soul of mankind through conscious love. Also, hit that notification bell if you want to know when I'm going live. Next up, I'll be tuning in for our 7 Keys of Chakra Balancing workshop at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, so you can plan your clocks accordingly as well. And we'll dive deep into the throat chakra today. So I think that that's going to be really beautiful, especially given this message that Spirit wants us to take into our weekend. But if this is where we end off, thank you so much, beloveds, for being here. If you would like to ever book a personal reading with me, I do offer Tea+Tarot soul sessions, where you do receive a 1-ounce loose leaf handcrafted tea from my FemRems apothecary. So you can email me, femrems811@gmail.com. My information's in my description box. You can follow me over on my Instagram or TikTok, Princess Leah 888, and you can message me there. Until next time, my beautiful beloveds, peace and love. Namaste. Bye.